Well, you were there yesterday. Brendan Maher's performance, one for the ages. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like 10 points, 2 of them from play. I think this is, do you remember maybe a year and a half ago on the hurling show, we were talking about how would Kilkenny set up their team, and I was saying, I think now with the way, when you play against opposition, the wing forwards are dragged out so far, instead of putting a man marker who can't really hurl all that well, you now want to put someone half back with the expectation that they'll be dragged out past midfield so they can punish you. So it's happened with Pádraig Mahoney in the Munster final. He likes to withdraw out midfield, do a bit of roaming. Brendan Maher goes out and punishes him, and you put Dan McCormack back, because Dan isn't going to do as much hurling. Like, he's very good at what he does, but Brendan is going to punish you going the other way. And I think this was the absolute embodiment of how that can work, and Johnny Kelly, manager, has to be commended for it, and just Brendan obviously carried it out to a T.
Did you see him drifting? He drifted slowly forward for that first unbelievable point he got from play. He actually wasn't in the camera shot when the move was starting, and because he has that freedom to do that, he just drifted forward again. It was like a carbon copy, except I don't know, was it even better, because it was even more of a snapshot. Well, he didn't flick. It was just an unbelievable score, and then just even what he offers you from play, like, I won't lie. When he did the cruciate, first thing came into my head. Okay, he's 30 or just around that area. I thought his legs were on the way in a small, but that's just me being honest. Now he's after coming back. I don't think I've ever seen a player come back as good from a career-threatening injury. It's been phenomenal. The whole year with Tip, the 2 performances with Borris, Munster final, and this game, and without being smart, the big players, people expect big things from them, and he just keeps doing it. Like, somebody tweeted me yesterday saying Brendan Maher, the best Tipperary hurler of the last decade, and you're thinking, whoa, I said it's a fair one to say, because you're talking about Paddy Maher, you're talking Shamie Callan, but those 3 guys, and Paddy actually said it before Christmas in an interview, he said those guys should be in the debate or in the conversation for some of the greatest players we've ever seen. And a club run like this just cements, I suppose, his position. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, because like it's one thing doing it with your county when you're surrounded by 14 other generally brilliant players, especially if you're a top end team. Like with Borris-Ileigh, he has to come back from being one of the leading lights for Tipperary, doing a very different sort of role. He was kind of man marking for most of the year, and then you're supposed to come back from the high of that and then lift the club team, because club teams are generally waiting for the county lads to come back and lead, and that can be very difficult from going leading one thing to leading the next thing.
And sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
sometimes it doesn't happen, and lads, maybe some lads would call it in with the club because they're after having such a long year with the county. He's done the exact opposite. I know Johnny Kelly said even the run up to the county final, Brendan and Dan have been unbelievable. Like, they've just come back in, and rather than just like go along with what was going on, they've just lifted the whole thing.
Yeah, and like the thing is, you can see that it's not like in any way coming back and, oh no, this is a chore now to try and lift the club team, because, you know, I'm obviously down in Borris-Ileigh a bit, and even like last night being in the pub, you could see that the boys are absolutely loving it, because, you know, you had your like a couple of runs with Burr, especially maybe a decade or so ago. When
08, we got to the 08 final,
like, you know what it's like, that kind of buzz of win a match, go back to the pub, everyone's kind of buzzing, like the lads are getting clapped into the pub. So you can see that, like, obviously Brendan is loving this, and what a buzz, and then to keep performing like that, it's just, I think Conor Kenny got man of the match, but like, talk about the impact, 10 points out of 121 from half back line, and obviously that score at the very end, I think you have a little prop there.
I actually just got this made last year. Brian Gatt made it, Hurleymaker, close to Burr in Offaly, and I was just kind of thinking last night, looking back at the still footage of the hurl he was using to put it over, and this is probably even, the boss is probably even a bit bigger, I'd say. You could probably slide another bit off, but like, it was essentially, and it was kind of explained to someone last night, like, it's like something from Cuchulainn or something like that, the sort of point you put over.
You'd want to be baiting that down a hound's throat, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah. Someone actually said to me before that I should land down to bird training with this and mark one of the young lads and just see would they stand within an ass's rory, like, because they wouldn't stand within 50 yards, they'd say, when you start swinging this yoke. Actually, funny enough, Brian, when he has another one of these out there, he made it for a recreation of the first All-Ireland final that was actually played in Burr, and I said, jeez, that's some hurl. I said, well, can I use it? He said, I tell you what now, he said, if you start a championship match with that hurl, I'll give it to you for free. I said, I couldn't do that, so I got him to make it this. And just look at the heel on it as well. I hit a few line balls.
It's a shinty stick, more or less.
Essentially, yeah. But that's what Brendan put over the last point with it. It was just phenomenal. Scored a free, blocked down.
Broke the hurley
fullback.
as he took the
yeah,
free.
yeah, and then blocked down your man, and then the ball flicked out to him. And it's just, and even it wasn't a real, you know, flick over. It was, you know, everything into it over the bar. It was just phenomenal. Yeah, with something akin to this. And as I said, like, people were asking for him to be canonised and different things after the match, but it was real superhero stuff.
Yeah, like you would actually see people now and again with broken hurleys messing around down the park, hitting the ball with it.
Yeah.
You never in your wildest dreams you think you're going to end up scoring a crucial point in All-Ireland semi-final. All those years of practicing messing around. I mean, that actual stuff does make a difference when you get a score like that.
It
It's so
actually does,
improbable.
yeah. And even the boys, I thought the boys in TG Carter were brilliant as well. All you could hear was, "Come on, Bristol, Brendan Maher!" And it's, you know, it's just unbelievable. And it kind of all built up to this unbelievable crescendo at the end, and then JD Devaney's goal, and then the boys going out in front of the stands. It was just phenomenal. But Brendan Maher in the past year has cemented his place as, you know, one of the hurlers that we will talk about as who are the best in our generation that we have seen.
Thanks for watching Our Game. Don't forget to like and share the videos, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe.